Hi, it's James the Comic Book Shifu, and welcome to Read More Comics. On this week's episode of Pulls and Pickups, I am going to be sharing a rather hefty stack of comics, both from my local LCS, cleaned out my pull box this week, but also from another comic book store in the area that has a broad collection of back issues, usually picked up through the owner purchasing collections. So it's a more eclectic mix of books available there. And some things that I would say not older per se as in vintage older, but definitely still a lot of modern comic books. Let's go ahead and start with my pulls then. First up is issue number 2 to Masters Universe Forge of Destiny. This is the follow up to the first series that was a prequel to the Netflix series. Haven't really gotten a chance to get into it. Really enjoyed the first run though, so I'm hopeful that this is good too. Next up after this, we got Star Wars: The High Republic, Shadows of Starlight, issue number 1. I went with the Yoda variant cover. According to Previous World, this is supposed to connect the first volume of the High Republic with volume 3. I've really enjoyed the High Republic and how they're presenting a different world inside kind of the Star Wars mythos, where we get to see Jedi in a world where Force users are far more common, and it allows the writer some flexibility because you're not dealing with the prequel series, you're not dealing with the sequel series, you're not dealing with the original Star Wars movie saga. And so while they have an opportunity to deal with the mythology of Force users, they also have some freedom that we're not seeing in some of the mainline Star Wars books. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I have not been pulling a lot of the miniseries. I've been only pulling the main book, The High Republic. And I heard something in another podcast that there is a character from The High Republic that's actually supposed to be starring in a series coming up. Let's see. Next up, we got Batman, issue number 138. I went with this gorgeous Gabriel Del Otto cover. This was the book that I had pulled. For a moment, I considered getting the Frank Cho cover. And while I genuinely appreciate Frank Cho's work, I think this captured the emotion. Show that one more time. Bruce Wayne, where the Frank Cho cover was just another nice Frank Cho cover. This is another volume in the Batman Catwoman Gotham War saga. Really been enjoying it's not really an event book. What would you call it? Crossover. That's a good one. Been enjoying the crossover so far. I'm a little behind. I have, I think, issue of Catwoman, the Red Hood tie-in. I haven't read those yet, so I'm about 3 issues behind, but it's been fun so far. Next up, we have Poison Ivy, issue number 15. This is, I believe, the first issue. No, it's the second issue back from Night's Terrors. A little behind on reading that too. What I've seen in all the other books, though, is that Night Terrors foreshadowed some parts of the story that we were going to see in upcoming issues. So I need to get back on this. I have been up on this one, though. This is Darth Vader, issue number 39. Where we see Dark Droids continue. I didn't realize this event would be going on so long. It's going all the way through December. And there's been some kind of nice twists. This is going to be kind of spoiler free because it's on covers, but how droids are being corrupted by some scourge that goes back to the original Republic, maybe even before that. So it's been a fun read so far. I just finished D Squad, which is kind of a little mini tie-in with R2D2, and Chopper was in that, and potentially some other characters that we saw in the original D Squad in Clone Wars, which was a really fun, I think it was 2 or 3-parter. Here we have Shazam issue number 4. This is the Samney cover. Really digging what Samney's doing. It kind of has, it reminds me of another artist. Let me think of who it is. It's, I'll think about it. Anyway, it has a vintage quality to the art, kind of a simplistic use of the palette and facial expression. I'm way behind reading on Shazam. I haven't read issue number 1 yet. But I have enjoyed Mark Waid's other work, and Shazam is one of my favorite characters. So I'm looking forward to reading that. We have Fantastic Four issue number 12. This is an Alex Ross cover. This is a fun read. Highly recommend Fantastic Four. This particular volume of Fantastic Four is an easy gateway for anyone who hasn't read any of the Fantastic Four books yet. There's not a lot of tie-ins with anything else. Anything else. It starts in with kind of a conundrum created by Mr. Fantastic, and each issue is kind of almost a monster of the week type affair. So you don't need to know a lot about the characters. What I really enjoy about this is how the characters, more than I think any other team in Marvel, in the House of Ideas, the Fantastic Four definitely epitomizes friends and family in a way that I don't think we see other characters do. Okay. Let's see. Next up, we have a DC book. This is Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, issue number 11. That's a very cool cover. This has been a fun read, too. It kind of plays on the idea, what if there were 2 Jokers? And it's not the 3 Joker Jeff Johns idea. They both believe they're the legitimate Joker, but one's kind of beat up and one's kind of the criminal mastermind. I don't know if there are only 12 issues in it. The previews catalog implied that issue number 12 is kind of like the finale, so we'll see. Anyway, really been enjoying this because it's been presenting the Joker in a way that he's not just a part of Batman's rogues gallery. You know, he's actually trying to do something. There was a part where the criminal mastermind Joker goes out and leaves Gotham to try to build a criminal enterprise elsewhere, and is a total fail, which was a lot of fun. Has some Red Hood and Batgirl moments in the series that have also been enjoyable. And also, I think, no, it's not Killer Croc. It's, James. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. It's Solomon Grundy. Okay. So anyway, highly recommend this series, especially if you like kind of a darker story. It definitely has some darkness to it. This is my last pull. This is the Halloween anthology book, DC's Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun. This is the A cover. I love the DC anthology books. It really gives some creative teams that normally don't get a book on their own to kind of flex. I think it's a way for DC to allow new artists, new writers, a chance to get a break. And it's just a really kind of fun read because while occasionally there are characters that come out, like this might be a first appearance of that character or this character, I think Eagly from it's on HBO Max. Oh, I totally can picture it. Anyway, there's been some first appearance here or there. There was a Gabriel Dell'Otto book or story in one of them several years ago. Not something you would normally see him do, I think, doing a full-out book. So anyway, really dig the anthology books, and they're oftentimes seasonal. They'll have like a winter one around Christmas. They'll have one in the spring. They have one at the beginning of the school year. They have a summer one, and also usually a Valentine's Day one. So they're fun. I enjoy them. and it supports the hobby. Here are the pickups. These are all from this other LCS. They don't carry as many weekly comics. They have only a few shelves. I think they do cater to some pull list customers. Their website's pretty solid. So, and he does put a lot of effort into making sure that he has comics out there. These are all like $2 books. He has normal back issues, which again are books that are part of collections that he's picked up. There are also some newer books that he wasn't able to sell on the shelves. He sells those at regular price. And then older modern books get put into like a $2 bin. And then he also has a $1 bin, or I think you can get 6 books for $5. So it's a decent deal. I only go there every couple months because it's just timing and stuff like that. I probably should put more effort into it, not only to support a small business owner, but also to get an opportunity to get some books that will help complete some runs. These are all run fillers. So we'll start with Uncanny X-Men issue number 11. I think this is volume 3. One of the runs I'm filling in is Uncanny X-Men from issue 300, going issue 200 all the way up to the end of the Bendis run, which was issue 600 or something like that. Anyway, so we need this for the run. Anytime I see an Uncanny X-Men annual I don't have, especially if it's early modern age, I pick it up. And this one right here, this is giant size Uncanny X-Men annual number 11, way back from 1987. And then the rest are, this is volume 2 of a Red Sonja run from Dynamite. I really enjoy reading Red Sonja from Dynamite. There's no canon to it. They're just picking up the character from Marvel, which, if you know anything about the Robert E. Howard character, Red Sonja was not kind of a sword and sorcery type character. She was more of a high Renaissance character. Anyway, this is volume 2. I have not read this. Volume 2 is only 6 issues long. He had all but issue number 1. So I picked up issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4, issue number 5, and then last but not least, this is a cool issue, a cool cover, issue number 6. Okay. And I like the Red Sonja books because it's just brain candy. It's sword and sorcery brain candy. That there's no continuity to that I've seen outside of volumes. So there'll be continuity inside volume 2, but it doesn't connect to volume 1 or volume 3. Each writer kind of takes it their own direction. They stay true to the persona of Red Sonja that Dynamite's created. I think the Red Sonja that you would read if you read any of the Dynamite books is very much a creation of Dynamite and its writers and its artists. It doesn't seem to mesh well with the Marvel creation of Red Sonja, even going back to the original books. Anyway, that's all my pulls and pickups. If you enjoyed this episode, please do like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.